Who's got 2 thumbs of tickets for Palladium at January 3rd? This guy. I want to take this as far as it's going to go. Do you remember the shitty Line 6?
The Line 6 spider?
But can I roll one?
We got Mike and Abrams from Okami. Why did I just stop?
Dude, I was about to say, did you forget my fucking band name?
For a second, I actually did. I'm sorry.
Boy, you got red light fever. And
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ,
Yeah,
dude. I'm like staring into your soul.
That's why it was the eye contact. Like,
say my name, motherfucker.
Say my name.
I believe that that's Okami Metal on Facebook. At
Okami
Metal.
_metal on Instagram and TikTok.
But Facebook, no underscore. Don't be underscore.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because just Okami Metal.
Just Okami Metal.
That's it.
back at it. You got some stuff to talk about this time, which is always good.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Probably new material, the works.
Oh yeah,
sure.
dude. We've gone through a lot since the last time I was over here, huh?
That's true.
sir.
You lost a guitar player and a drummer since we saw you last?
Dude, we were
I was still in the search. You guys were the reason why I had so many fucking tryouts for a drummer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the episode, we put that out, and then you started, getting calls about
Dude,
it, right?
fucking 20 people. I was just like, what the fuck? Where the fuck were all you guys 3 months ago? But, you know.
Not listening to Rock Bottom, apparently.
Yeah,
Very good.
You know. Yeah, we got a new drummer. We got a new guitarist. We're out playing
drummer.
The Machine Nick Gallagher, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yep.
Yes.
Original Barbarian drummer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
You have some
Started the
you have
band
some
with him.
ties.
Had great times. Great times.
It just seems like Barbarian and Okami seems to swap members a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh, ain't that
for
something?
good-
That's the first
for a good chunk of
original
years there.
Barbarian you've gotten over there.
Facts. He's fucking great
There's
though.
only a few of them. There's only 4 originals. So.
He's great though. We got my buddy James. If you've ever seen From Ashes Reborn.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
he's
another really great fucking band. Shout
Also
out.
looking for a drummer.
Yes, they're looking for a drummer
Well, you're
too.
not looking for
They're looking for a guitar player.
Did you
Yeah.
poach them, or it was that? Wait,
James is the one that left, right? He was the...
Yeah,
okay.
He contacted us to try
he
out.
ended up leaving.
Did you leave on good terms? What's the deal?
Hey, what's going on? This is Nick D from the Mighty Fall, and guess what? It is time for you to give the gift of the dumbest guys you've ever met in your stocking this year. I guess it'll be... Is this fucking... It's not coming out. It's coming out after Christmas. Perfect. So you already missed it. You blew it already, and it's your fault. That's good. Perfect. So you can... if you can't get enough of this, which, let's be real here, how could you? You can buy some shit from our storefront, our web store. It's themightyfall.bigcartel.com, and it's got a big cartel in there because we're too cheap to take it out. But if you give us enough money, we can pay for the thing that makes it not in the URL of the web store. And that's really what we're shooting for here. That's really what it's all about. You can buy a couple of T-shirts, and you can buy a CD, and you can buy some other shit. I always send you some goodies, and I'll write you a nice little something. I'll write you some sweet nothings.
Let's not talk about this on the podcast, man.
We're all men here.
But he was the opposite for Billy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'm generally curious. I was curious.
I don't know either.
I like to know.
I just know
Honestly-
of him. I don't even know if I actually met him.
Yeah, no, he was in Ashes.
Ashes.
Yeah, he ended up leaving and
Creative
hit us-
differences, we'll call
hit us up and said that he wanted to try out for Okami. We were just like, well, got nobody else, so let's fucking do it.
it. Look,
And-
it's like a few months ago, I showed up to Bandstand to practice with one of my bands, and I remember he was there, and he was like, I'm practicing with Okami. And I was like, what?
That's not right.
He's like, yeah,
Dude,
I'm not from Ashes Reborn anymore. I was like, oh.
he learned all the Bitterroots in a fucking day, bro.
He did it.
Yeah.
He was
He did
crazy.
Yeah, he's a crazy player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really good.
Well, you guys have been kind of on and off one guitar too since pretty much the beginning, right? You didn't always have 2 guitar players. You've been kind of on and off with that. Right?
Really?
Yeah, well, we originally had the 2 guitar players, and then we did go 4-piece for a while after.
Yeah, that's right. It was
Things
like a
with
run
it,
of time
yeah.
there where it was just you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a year. It was back when Jason was in the band.
Yeah. Well, I'm always kind of curious about this too because I spent a lot of time like getting started, especially like when we were all kind of getting started, like the Knights of Orion days.
Oh boy!
I got it last time with that.
I fucking knew it was coming, dude.
That hurts me just as much as it hurts him.
Like the last time
I was fresh out of high school,
yeah,
starting
well,
that.
I was still
man.
in high school. Us too.
Yeah.
I mean, us too. When we were playing like the Ruins and shit together in the early 2010s.
Yeah, Firehouse 13.
You know, a lot of my early experience with like playing heavy music in a band. I mean, I was a bass player, but it was specifically with like one guitar bands. So that kind of like dynamic, like is that like are you quaking in your boots when it's like one guitar time, or are you just kind of like, or is it just another day at the office kind of situation, or are you like it's got to have two? Like how does that dynamic kind of work for you? Because it is a very different feel.
Yeah, I was pretty
like.
fine with it either way most of the time. A lot of the way the music was written, a lot of the dual guitars was for harmonies and like other stuff like that. So for the most part, yeah, it was essentially just another day at the office, just still getting in on all the heavy parts of the rhythms and everything. Just little missing layers when you don't have the second guy there, you know? So it's nice having the second guitar player again. Now there's a lot of harmonies and layers we can start doing in the music again.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
It was actually pretty cool playing as a 4-piece. I mean, like, but like, I definitely felt like there was like something missing from it, because like there's just not like when they like. Obviously, I love Abrams. Abrams is my guitarist, but like when it's just one guitarist, it's missing that like beefiness.
Yeah,
like especially because like if you've listened to Okami, like it's a lot at once. You know,
thick.
It's very thick. You know, and like when it's just one guitarist as like a vocalist listening to it, it seems like it's just like super thin. You know.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, having two guitar
This is
players
true.
definitely helps. I mean, before we got him, like Mighty Fall only had me. You know what I mean? Like before we really made the transition to what we are now. So it was definitely strange just having me and Zach. You know what I mean? In that initial writing process for the first record, it was weird.
It's like, it's especially if you wrote songs as a 5-piece. Because like...
Yeah, that is true, certainly. Playing like older songs when we were doing it as a 4-piece. It's like when those certain parts didn't have the two guitars. It was
That's
just
what
like,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
you do feel like something's missing for sure.
Yeah, especially when you always write them for two, knowing you don't have two.
Yeah.
So you just
You
write
just
it
Yeah.
play
for
it through
video.
the
Or was it the
sample,
old
bro. You
like
can
trade-off
just
parts or
backtrack.
whatever?
fancy
That was the
think we
two
are, bro?
guitars.
I mean, Barbarian.
Ended up just
we're
doing
not
it
fancy.
differently when
We
you
had
didn't
a
have the second guitar there.
second
Yeah,
guitar on-
yeah. A lot of it ended up being like super rhythm based. You know, like we just cut out all the extra shit and it was just like, boom, here's Okami, stripped down to like fucking 4 people. And you know, you wouldn't
Like
think it would be so
4-piece.
different, but like it was super different. And then Joey joined the band, and I was just like, okay, this is what we were missing, you know. And then Joey had to leave, and we got James, so it's just like Okami's back in full force, dude. I'm so fucking happy about it, you know.
How's the what's up with like new stuff? What's the word with that?
So
where are you guys at?
we are. I mean, I already said something about it at the Palladium, so I might as well just like say the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the final stages of getting the next EP together pretty much.
fine.
So,
We don't have an
little-
expected release date yet for it or anything, but
Maybe
we're,
we will by the time
we're
this actually comes out. Who knows?
little
Yeah.
Going on
little
the dirt.
going
little
into those final
exclusive-
stages of it.
little exclusive for
Oh, yeah.
Rock Bottom here.
How many tunes?
We're gonna do 5 tunes.
5 tunes.
I think it's 5, right? Including My Demise.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gotta be
Is
at
it
least
stuff?
5.
Because you showed me something that was like in progress,
Yeah.
and that was something you've been playing. So I recognized that one as something from like your live set. But is it all shit you've been playing, or is it unreleased stuff too?
A lot of it is stuff that we've been playing. There's one song that we haven't played out yet that we're still like working out the kinks for, but like it's coming along pretty good.
Sick, nice.
The new EP is gonna be called Nowhere to Run.
Sick.
You know, it's just like, how do I say this without sounding cringe and lame?
Just do it.
Lyrically, it's very, very dark. You know, it's kind of like going into like very personal places, like as for like me as a person, you know, and it's like, it's about depression and how like depression like really hits a person, you know, and the music reflects that. But like, I don't know. It's just like one of the heaviest things that we've ever written as a band. And if you've seen us play some of these songs, it's going to sound way different when it's on record. Like, it's going to still be structurally the same. Like, it's going to be the same song.
Yeah.
But, like, there's just going to be more stuff added onto it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it, you know?
Nice. I'm as always, I'm excited to hear it. Are you guys doing it? You guys doing it yourselves or what?
Oh, yeah, we're doing it ourselves.
Yeah. A lot of work.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Step me through that process. Whose house do you go to? What do you do? Like, what's the process for your recording? Where do you do it?
A lot of it is just like kind of just like on the spot, you know. It's just
Where?
Like,
Yeah.
Like a computer and like.
Yeah, be at
I know
somebody's
nothing.
house. Yeah, on a computer. Yeah.
Rusty has a.
Oh, Rusty. Okay, so that makes sense. 'Cause
Rusty.
he does
Yeah,
sound
Rusty went to
engineering
college for
and-
it.
Okay,
So-
that's
So
cool.
everything's on his the Pro Tools and everything on his laptop. So we did a lot of the recording at my house.
Who did the last one?
Andrew.
Andrew
That's
Lesperance.
Oh,
No shit.
That's right. I forgot he did that. Eminence.
Yeah, Eminence.
Yeah.
That's the name I
Yes,
haven't heard in a
dude.
while.
I know.
Have you
Although I
guys
see him at
recorded
random
with
all the
Paquette?
time.
I know.
No, I've been wanting to record with Paquette, but like, you know, money's fucking tight, bro.
Well, we're in an industry right now where singles are king.
Mhm.
So I would just do a single at a time with him, and that's a quick, easy. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna name prices on here, but
We're gonna I have a basic plan in my head for like the steps going forward after we get everything like mixed and everything like that.
it's good to have a plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to at least plan out for like 6 months.
This is a man with a plan.
And even after the next EP comes out, it's right back to the grinder with new
Yep.
songs that we've already probably have a whole other EP's worth ready, like laid out to work on
preaching
as
to
soon
the
as
damn
this is
choir,
out.
brother.
Go right
That's
back
the
to
spirit.
it.
Dude, we haven't even even remotely gotten into the hard part for lyrics on the current record, and we already have a song started for the third one.
Yeah.
Or by a fourth one technically.
What's good with some guesties on there, bro?
Yeah, buddy.
Some guesties.
Yeah, buddy. We'll find a home.
Well, luckily
I know
we
for that.
actually have a vocalist that sits at home now,
Oh yeah.
so he lives with us. You know, he's not a temp. He lives here. So that is a conversation for this mic.
I am the vocalist of the Mighty Fall.
He is.
I did not know
Don't let
that.
nobody tell you otherwise.
No fucking shit, dude.
Anybody who says otherwise,
Am I listed on the Mighty Falls Facebook? You think?
Yeah, of
You
course
like
you
list
are.
the
Yeah,
members on there, and you're
yeah,
like,
you
Mike
should've
Carp, vocals.
Mike Carr, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of, kind of.
He shows up and goes.
Yeah.
He does all right, so we keep him around.
Yeah.
I think you got
Waiting on contract.
You got a shot. So it's not we don't have like an extended booklet on the CDs, but we did like a gatefold with like extra shit. You're in the thanks.
Oh yeah.
You're in the thanks on there. Whether or not we end up doing vinyl at any point is another story. But
I love you guys. I
Simply
seriously-
waiting on vinyl print. I want one so bad.
Yeah, I know it. That's.
I wish they weren't so fucking expensive. I
it's a
want
lot.
a vinyl print of our album so bad.
So it's okay. So
real.
when you say it's now, this is something that when bands say, "Oh, it's our heaviest thing yet," they're often full of shit. Is it
What makes it?
We
how?
we kind of did a whole tonality shift. Realistically, when you go back and listen to Bitter Roots, it's a lot more metalcore-y.
What
is-
tuning do you play in?
Drop G. We were in Drop A on Bitter Roots and
Alright, so you're
everything
low
too, and it
voice.
was a lot more metalcore-y. This is a bit more deathcore-y, hardcore.
It's got
Drop
a
down
lot,
a whole step.
It's
yeah.
got a lot more to say than Bitter Roots did. You know, Bitter Roots was like, it was kind of like our introduction to things. You know, we were just kind of like saying everything at once. And like this one has like a focus. This one has like a target.
I
You know?
totally
Yeah.
feel like, you know what?
Just a massive shift that went through the early stages of the band too. We started on 6-string drop C, and then by the time we recorded, it was 7-string drop A.
And now we're
7-string drop G.
G.
I feel like when you say that, it's a I've been kind of feeling the same way as we're like cranking through the pre-pro on this record too. It's like that like Filmed felt like it was. Yeah, we're saying everything all at once. It's like even though it's cohesive enough, but it's pretty eclectic. You know, like it's so funny. Like you nailed it right there. It's like we're doing we're saying everything at once, and then this next one's a little more like
It's just like
tunnel vision.
when you mature as a musician, and like you like go through like different experiences of like
Can't
your
wait to
life.
mature as a musician.
I mean,
I would love for that to happen.
Someday.
Shut up.
I've never matured ever.
But like when you go through like different experiences of your life, and like, you know, you figure out like when you get older, you figure out how to like express like these things, you know.
100%. Yeah.
And like sometimes it comes out metaphorically, sometimes it's not so metaphorically, it's just straightforward. But like the whole point is like I want to go into projects with like a thought process and a point, you know. Like there's our focal point, there's our focus. This is what I want to say personally on this.
Do you feel like you've kind of like leveled up as a lyricist for this one? Are you kind of like? I mean, the honesty is great. I appreciate the honesty.
I'm gonna be
give yourself some credit too, though, if you feel like it's gotten
so
things
like,
have changed for you.
I mean, like, I guess, yeah, like Inside Out has like some decent metaphors in it, but like I don't know, dude. Lyrics are like my Achilles heel.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so hard for me to just sit down and fucking write lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be. That's the thing is like also we're all just playing like stupid like we're playing dumb fucking like fat guy guitar music. Like it doesn't have to be
true.
It doesn't have to be poetry.
True. True. I don't know. I
just plan out the melodies, and then I usually just write a bunch of gibberish. I write a bunch of shit that sounds cool, and then you gotta connect it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like I do it. Is I kind of just figure out the melodies, where I want them, where I want things. I write something, rough draft all the way down, and then I go through it and I make it connect to other paragraphs. And I'm like, okay, blah, 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 blah.
Can I
But usually that first burst that I come out with, it's like your intuition. I heard a vocalist of a famous band say it recently that like, oh, it's Creed. They used to literally write.
Scott.
No, they would write songs on stage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I think With Arms Wide Open or some song like the
Ire
famous song.
Ire
like that.
was also written
He was like
in front of a crowd.
He was doodling around backstage, and he was like, "I'd like to keep doing that." And they wrote a song and played it that night. Like that's like sometimes your intuition is you follow your intuition. That's my advice.
And I think one thing too,
That's
like,
very good advice.
You know, I'm somebody.
Can
that,
I ask a question really
Yeah,
quick?
go
I don't mean to cut you
Point
off,
me,
bro.
Go for it.
You could cut this out if you want, but can I roll one?
Oh,
Can you roll one?
You can ask for that stupid shit. Fucking do it.
All right,
The heck,
you got
man.
Yeah, you know
roll
what?
one.
It's like that.
Where's the buds and the ducks?
2024.
You guys want to see something amazing right now?
Yeah.
He's gonna try to convince you he's the world's greatest blunt roller right now, and he's not.
yeah?
He's
In my
absolutely
presence?
not.
Dude,
Brother, you're speaking,
I am the world's greatest.
you're speaking to a
blunt
guy who don't
You're not
give
a bad
fuck.
blunt roller, but
I
you're
just
not
want
the
you to know.
best.
Dude, I am the
Blunt
world's
rolling
greatest.
contest
Every
right
fucking
now.
blunt I roll is a fucking pro, bro.
That's a
Every
lie.
single
How
time.
you gonna talk
That's
shit
an
right
absolute
here?
lie.
King
Everyone,
of
nah.
blunts.
I've known you too long. It's not everyone.
Fuck you, Abrams, dude. You don't know shit. You don't know anything.
Listen,
I don't know what the
I
fuck you're
got you
talking
in
about.
speed. I know that right off the bat. Maybe quality, you might have a running chance with me, but I got you in speed all day long. I can
Guess
speed
what,
roll
bitch?
blunt like none other.
Guess what, bitch?
Well,
Quality is all that matters, bro.
But yeah,
Not
no,
really. Not when you're driving.
It's like you know what? It's kind of like a right drunk, edit sober thing of just like pump out all the stuff that's like instinctual, like right off the rip. Like you were saying, just like have that first like, and whether it's even if you just change all the words around ultimately, but like a lot of your instinctual like first pass stuff, it'll be where all your kind of like rhythmic emphasis, all your cadences kind of lie and all that stuff.
I did more
You know.
with the new song that I wrote for us than like I'm telling you, I'm not even lying. Like that last Ram Budokan album, that last Barbarian album, that was all like that just came. Like I wrote that like once,
Like automatic-
every song, and I
automatic
was
writing,
like, I
yeah,
might have
yeah.
changed a couple things, you know what I mean? But like it really just. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And I could have just left what I wrote for us how it was, but I was like, you know what? You don't intimidate me. But you know what I mean?
yeah.
I feel like you're a really good lyricist too, so I gotta do good. You know what I mean? So I really looked it over and kind of glanced it over to try to make it a little better. You know what I mean? And it's still, I honestly still think it needs a lot of changing.
Which is why we're kind of.
But I like the process.
Yeah, it's why we're
Not
kind
to
of
take
like
the stage away from Okami right now.
No,
He's rolling a.
We're kind of
I mean,
fucking
like,
with
dude,
fucking with the
roll it
workflow a little bit. We're like Mike's kind of like coming in with first draft skeletons, like giving us like, okay, this is what my instinct says to do, and my job now is spice rack.
Like I started.
I'm going to do the most important job. I'm going to find the song
but I
titles.
don't like what I'm chanting in the beginning. I feel like that could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like the
And we'll
makeup
figure that
of what
stuff
I'm
up.
doing.
But yeah, when I was listening back to what you sent me, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Like all the, instinctually where all this kind of like stuff is, good instinct. Yeah. This, at least rhythmically speaking, even if all the words change, everything makes sense because, and that was the thing too, is like with Filmed, it's Mike going off of like his voice and his stamina and like how he, because instead of being handed a fucking tome of shit, being like, it doesn't matter if you run out of breath. Fuck you, this is what it is.
Oh, yeah, he fucking killed me. He killed me. I handed him the lyrics to the new song, and I was like, don't change it too much.
No.
So well.
And I'll tell you what, if things change, it won't be more lines.
Just change the words. Don't change the amount of
the words within the lines may change, but the actual, like, that all, it's like, this makes good sense. It's just, it's all right.
I did it, and
this is good.
It was almost like I needed that.
Yeah.
I kind of did as a vocalist. Like, this band kind of challenged me to do things that I didn't really think that I could do. Like, I tell you a million times, I was never supposed to be a screamer. I was never supposed to scream ever. Mm-hmm. I took vocal lessons for 4 or 5 years of my life. I always wanted to sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every band I ever been in, they're like, I want you to scream. You have a good scream. And I'm like, I hate it.
It ends up like
that. Well, now we're at the point even too where all the professional vocalists out there are trying to study screaming now. Like now that it's in the mainstream like it is today.
I just want to.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I ain't trying to rewrite the wheel. I ain't trying to pig scream or pig squeal. I'm just trying to just raw scream and
dude,
put some soul into it. That's all I'm trying to do.
I can't pig squeal for shit. So I feel you, bro.
That's all right. It's about 10 years out of date.
Yeah. The only bands that should be doing it now are the ones that did it back then.
Vocalists tend to say I'm terrible. Blah 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 blah. I think I think I sound stupid when I hear myself screaming and I hear albums. Everybody else says you have your own sound. You have your own.
You do. What amazes me?
I feel like it's a thing for everybody too, because I feel that way when I hear myself too. Sometimes I'm like, I don't think I sound good at all, and everybody's like, no, you sound fine.
But then somebody else will come along and like, I've heard you. You have your own sound. You know what I mean? When you do your.
What amazed me about you is how strong your vocals sounded on the record. But when we were recording
and
them,
how shitty they are live.
No, it's so quiet. It's so quiet in the room, and it's so like direct and like the way that you do it. But on the
good speed on that blunt roll. Go ahead.
But on the record, it just sounds so. It sounds so much bigger and like more powerful than it like how you're actually doing it in the room. I think that's like that was like shocking in a good way.
Next album's gonna rip because I dropped 40 pounds so far, and I'm gonna be way more conditioned. Yeah, I was 280, bro. I was 280. I was a fat ass, bro.
I mean, you're tall, so it didn't.
I'm
definitely wore it well. Dude,
I'm down to 245 now. 245. So I think that's like 35 pounds.
Good for you. Well, still,
brother, I need money.
I feel better. I breathe better. You know what I mean?
That ain't nothing.
I've actually been doing a lot of cardio.
My friends, is a fucking pearl.
Okay? No, that's a blunt, my brother.
This is a pearl.
That is a handsome fella right
fucking
there.
Pearl.
You see this?
All right.
Mike don't know what it is.
It's hanging to the left a little bit.
That is
your shit's got a bend in it, brother.
It's okay. It's just a little sad sometimes.
You're not doing shit to the sides, are you?
Yeah,
no.
Put you in a good mood. Put you in all kinds of moods. You know what I'm saying? It does.
But it smokes fantastic.
So
makes everything better.
So you said what? 5 tunes? 4 or 5? What was it?
5 or 6.
I had a question.
I'm sorry. Go for it.
No. Don't be sorry. You didn't know it. No one knew until just now.
Yeah.
I've been holding on to the question for a good 10 minutes right now. Where are you in the process of the songs? Do you have lyrics written?
Oh, yeah.
Are they finished? Like, where are you? You know what I mean? Like, where are we?
Well, you said you've been playing a lot of them live, too, right?
Yeah. So a lot of these songs, fucking 2 years old now?
I don't know. Blunt's
a couple of them are that old. Like, a couple of them were written before we had to go through all the member changes. So then, for like a good year and a half, we were really focused on new members, which a couple people cycled in and out because of the shows we had and stuff. Okay. Teaching them everything that we already had.
Follow-up question. What's Rusty's excuse? Why isn't he here right now?
Rusty is in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
He's on vacation.
All right, good for you, Rusty.
Well, first of all, fuck him.
Safe, Rusty. Please, God, make it home fucking safe and don't do anything dumb in Costa Rica. I will tell you where we absolutely did level up was fucking guitars.
Yeah,
good. For the new record.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
It was fucking crazy ass.
So you're basically saying that James Hughes and Dan have fused together. It's sort of like, I mean, let's just fuck the bullshit, fuck the drama, fuck what happened, whatever. But like when Scott and Dan were together, I feel like that was the best 1-2 you had before this, right? How do you feel about it? I mean, I told you, take the feelings out of it and look at it objectively.
I really can't, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Look at it objectively. I'm just saying there was some good times that you guys had, and I remember you guys them being tight together.
When
I don't know, but you tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. That's why we're on a podcast. Tell me I'm wrong.
This is turning into a therapy.
We did play very well together because we.
This podcast is becoming now, and I love it.
Yeah. We did play very well together because we used to jam all the time as friends before even starting the band for years and everything.
So there's some fucking merit to what I'm saying.
Yeah, he ended up being the last guitarist when our band from back 2014 broke up and everything. From those early days, Knights of Orion and everything. Remember, we changed to a Fallen Prophecy and everything because everything was changed a lot.
I don't know. I still don't know what it means. I still don't know what it means.
Who is it? Your band? Who created Knights of
Orion?
Orion?
Me. It was me and my buddy.
You created the band.
Yeah, Knights of Orion. Came up with the name. I didn't come up with the name. My buddy Tyler that I went to high school with created it.
What was that like? What was that thought brainstorming session like?
He asked me if I wanted to be in a band with him, and he just said, "This is what I think about naming it." And I said, "Sure, cool, let's do it."
This man was obviously drunk, dude.
We know what a Knight is. What's an Orion?
That was Orion. I don't even know because that was the original idea. That was thrash metal and stuff. So
because the first.
That sounds like some fucking RuneScape shit, dude.
That first EP was supposed to be like Cosmic Encounter or some dumb shit like that, right?
Yeah, I think.
So I think I had something to do with Orion's belt, but I remember I slept over at my homegirl Jessie's house. And we were no, not like that.
Sleep over at a girl's house, Mike?
Fucking Mex was the bassist.
Yep.
And
what a name!
He wanted me to try out for vocals, and I remember going up in there and just being like, "All right, well, what's the band name?" And they were just like, "Knights of Orion," and I was just like, "Oh,
good enough." It sounds like it might mean something.
I guess I don't have any opportunity anywhere else.
I want to address the fact that Nick just said that it sounds like a RuneScape thing when our name is literally from a RuneScape quest.
I don't. What? Talk about that.
I've never known.
Our name is literally. We are literally named after a RuneScape quest. Thank you, Zach.
I forgot about.
All right, change the name.
Yeah.
So when we were sitting down trying to change the name from Behind the Silence, we did the usual band thing where we're like, all right, everyone come up with a few band names, and this fucking asshole, Mr. Off Camera Man, just quests. Literally just brought a list of RuneScape quests.
Fucking.
And the Mighty Fall was the one that stuck.
That's a pretty cool name, RuneScape quest, though.
I mean,
I remember playing it back in the day,
honestly,
in
I was at my
middle
buddy's
school
house
and everything like that.
I'm really good at naming bands.
That's true. That actually is true.
Well, we should have called you a long time ago because our fucking band name's a
I came up with
good bad one.
So Death Amphetamine, I changed the name to Martial Law, right? Barbarian's a good one. I had another one. I brought it up on the show one time. I can't tell anybody. But I have another band name.
You did. I forgot.
Yeah, you did tell us.
You told me.
So good. And at some point, I might do a sidey probably. Maybe a fourth band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you need. More bands.
Abrams, I want to get geeky. Would you, because you've kind of, I've always known you as kind of a solid state player. What'd you do the new tunes with? It's just your usual. It's a Mustang head. I forget what.
That's what I play live with. Yeah, the Mustang head. We did everything with just VSTs and modules this time around.
Oh yeah.
And Sims and stuff. Yeah, plugins. Just way easier. Yeah. I had a bunch of stuff that I used like practicing at home, like instead of using amps and everything in my computer and stuff. So
yeah. Would you use like fucking? What am I thinking of? Neural.
I use an STL package. They're like monthly package.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's got like tons of crap on there. I think at this point they have like 40 something heads or 30 something heads, and
All I know is that they have a 5151 and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I use.
That's all.
Yeah.
So
that's our sound.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
The 5150 that Rusty actually had, I'm taking from him. I'm buying off of him, so
you're going too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be retiring the Mustang, and
we're gonna be
you've been playing going with the 5150
forever, dude.
Forever, yeah. Man. That was just like the. Oh, I'm playing guitar in a band now because remember I played drums back in the day. I was a drummer for the old band.
Considered it when you didn't have
and I was just like, all right, well, we had a drummer to like instead of finding a guitarist when we wanted to start this band, we found a drummer first. So I was just like, screw it, I'll play whatever, and just went out and bought a half stack.
Fair.
And I liked the Mustang better than the Marshall setup for that was the same price. So
do you remember the shitty Line 6?
The Line 6 Spider?
Oh my god, dude.
Who hasn't had a Line 6 Spider?
Oh my
me.
god,
It's true.
No.
There's one in my spare room right now.
No. This thing was beat to shit, dude.
They always
are. I bet it still works, though.
It's a dead end. Yeah.
Like, it's dead now, but like, even when it was working, it sounded like shit. It sounded so bad.
Yeah, we were ready to smash it with a sledgehammer at one point and put it on social medias for whatever reason.
Did you put your sweatshirt on the trash?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That's fine. At least your fucking Mustang outlived my Raven.
Yeah, it's actually like for a budget like head that's like non-tube and everything, just an electronic head. It's really good.
Yeah,
there's no complaints about
something
it.
To be loud.
Nothing like a nice really electronic head.
Kind of what it's about, I guess.
This sounds ridiculous. I feel. Were you the one that helped me when my fucking Raven head died on stage at fucking Columbus Club in North Providence? Were you the one that helped me with that?
Columbus Club.
Oh my god.
Why do I feel like that was you?
Never went.
It might have been.
My head died on stage and someone ran up and helped me switch it out, and I feel like it was you.
I vaguely remember this.
I was doing a cover with friggin' the Forsaken Fury guys. Do you remember them?
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember this. I don't know why I was there.
Those guys.
We were covering Hail to the King. I don't remember if Okami was playing at that point. I don't remember why you were there either. But I feel like it was you that did that. Because we were talking about that like a couple of podcasts ago with somebody, and I was like, I think it was Mike Boiler that did that.
You said the band's name is Behind the Silence?
Behind the Silence. That was
me.
That's a sick name. Why'd you change it? That's a sick name.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. With things going on,
it was a little 2014.
That sounds more like a song name or like a
sick. Well, honestly, I'll be real with you. It's just it's misgenre. Like Behind the Silence would be like a sick, like technical, like Coheed and Cambria type Behind the Silence. You know what I mean? Like
for what we were at the time, it made more sense. For what this band is now, it definitely wouldn't add up at all. This, I think, our name makes more sense for what we are now. But back then, it was more of like a. I guess you could say more of like an ability angle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like it kind of made a little bit more sense.
2006.
Yeah, I mean it was all written by me.
The Mighty Fall kind of connects with Rock Bottom, and it's weird. It all kind of works.
You know,
we're smart guys.
Yeah,
like that. It was all on purpose.
Yeah,
we're really smart.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I promise you, it was all on purpose.
Happy accidents happen all the time.
Happy little accidents, dude.
Yeah, that was yeah, it wasn't a bad band name. I didn't hate it. I mean, my buddy Ryan came up with it. We were fucking working at Burger King together, and he was just like, he was on break and he yelled at me from the front of the store. He's like, "Yo, I got an idea!" And he just, "What is it?" Behind the Silence. I'm like, "All right, cool. Write it down." And I just never did anything else. I was like, "Cool, run with it."
I think Okami went. How many names did we go through before we hit on Okami?
A good amount.
I don't remember all. I remember one of them was Existentialist.
Was any of them, or was it just kind of like Knights of Orion, into Okami, like publicly?
We were just like, I think we were still just practicing before like playing shows, and like, I don't even think we went public with that. Yeah. That's the only one that I remember, and then we hit on Okami, and it was fucking like lightning in a fucking bottle, dude.
Yeah, like for a good while, like. Probably a good at least 6 months. We were just practicing and just no socials yet for anything until we figured everything out.
Dude, all the good names are taken, man. That's it.
Yeah, it's all good bad names now.
That's true. All of the good
all you can do is land on good bad
names. Are long gone.
Oh my god.
You'll never have Metallica again.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a good band name since Black Sabbath.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of have like... Are you saying like you'll never have a band like Metallica?
No, like just even looking at the wall. Like even looking at like the Chariot, like fucking Like every time I die,
I don't know, because they're coming out
Descendants.
with new band names that are good, like Beartooth. No one would have thought.
That's
like,
a pretty
when I
good.
first
That's a
heard
good
it.
one.
That actually
No,
is a pretty
at
good name.
first I was like Beartooth, that sucks. But now it's like a sick name. It's like a sick band, sick name. You know what I
grows
mean?
on
Like,
Yeah.
Okami,
No, I know.
great name. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty proud. I'm
That
pretty
could
proud
be
of
like
that.
a
That's like,
Metallica-esque.
that was like my one good idea was Okami.
The one good idea. You know, it's funny. Speaking of Beartooth, I was listening to them the other day, and it hit me. I was like, oh, I saw them when fucking Disgusting came out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually realize it when fucking Atreyu they did the Long Live reunion tour.
They played for me
I never saw them for you. I never saw them with you.
at Simon's, sold
Yeah.
out,
I believe
crazy crowd surfers, moshers.
I fucking
I'm
believe it.
talking fucking fights.
Yeah, I saw them at fucking Paradise. It was the same thing. And I wasn't a fan at the time.
Fuck the Paradise.
I was front row for him, dude. I was not a fan.
Good record, man.
Was not a fan of them at the
Over
time.
there at the Paradise. They never gave me a rental.
I like that room. It's a nice room.
I've never been.
It's nice. I like it.
Maybe if I went there and
It's-
showed face,
it's-
they'd let me book there.
To me, it's
Maybe.
Maybe I'm just an asshole.
it's like the Fet. If you were,
It's the kids who are wrong.
I never did anything wrong. It's like the Fet if you
I've
just
done a
went
lot.
like this with it. If you just like squeezed it from the sides, but it's the same setup. It's got the balcony and it's got the bar and it's like I said. If you just squeezed it from the back, it's just a little bit thinner of a room. But it's just like Fet. But the stage is a lot shorter, which is nice. But I like that room a lot. I would definitely like to play in that room at some point in time. That'd be really cool.
Good luck.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's not a room I can see anybody.
That's
getting
what I'm
into.
saying. Is like they're very like strong to the chest, like close to the chest with all their booking. Like it's
Yeah.
very hard to get an in or an inch in that building. Like
can-
it's very. They don't put locals on shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't
Like,
think I've
it's-
ever seen like an actual.
It's
like-
only nationals and it's only big nationals and they don't really mess around. Or
I've only been there twice. And
I'm
it's for
pretty
Atreyu
sure
and Many
Live
Eyes.
Nation runs it.
That sounds right. I think you're right.
Live Nation.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That was like their move to a lot of those Roadrunner, and that's all their move to just take over and push out all the little guys. That's why there was a big drop off. I don't know if you remember, but like go back maybe 5 years ago, there's a lot more like independent promoters than there is now.
100%. Yeah.
Holy shit! Speaking of Roadrunner, I'm going to talk about that. As we touch on our current event of the week, is dude, Roadrunner Records is dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What do you mean by dead?
defunct.
Defunct, like
Really?
no
Defunct.
longer exists.
No longer exists.
No longer a runner.
Wow.
Almost.
Heard, I got a little bit of inside juice. I mean, they just did some pretty slash and burny layoffs, mass layoffs at Warner Music Group, who owns Warner Music, who owns Roadrunner.
That was a couple months ago, right?
Atlantic, a few other labels. Yeah, it was like a few months ago.
Yeah.
So like a bunch of my friends that I used to work with got shit canned, like no notice, like same day shit canned, including like dudes that have been there for the longest of anyone, like the most tenured people at Roadrunner.
I would be fighting whoever
Yeah.
was unfortunate
So
enough
they-
to give me that
so-
message.
Where's the
Yeah.
CEO?
So
live?
they went in there.
I'm gonna burn his fucking house down.
They went in there with
Than I thought.
Oh yeah, 100%. They went in there with a fucking weed whacker.
How many record labels actually like? What's like the longest running record label? That's the longest century or like what's
I mean, I feel like Metal Blade's got to be up there
Disney
because Metal Blade is like
or
a spin-off of like a
80s.
like.
Metal Blade is too new to be.
Well,
the
no, because
longest running.
Metal Blade's evolved
The
from
80s.
other ones.
Metal Blade's been around since like the 80s.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
Metal Blade is.
I'm talking about like one that set their name a long time ago and is still a
It's,
record label.
there's definitely
Victory,
stuff
maybe?
like,
No, Victory's
No,
not a
Victory's
thing.
relatively newer
That's not
too.
a thing anymore. No, Victory's done. I'm sorry.
Is Victory gone too?
Yeah, they've been done.
Yeah.
They actually bought out We Are Triumphant Records.
Oh, really?
And then they closed eventually, and he got a whatever.
The only ones that like I think like Fearless and Epitaph and all that, but they're all relatively new too.
Epitaph, maybe are they still going? Because that's a long
Yeah,
run
Epitaph's
one.
still going.
Epitaph has been around for a while.
That's fucking.
I mean, Fearless has been around for a while.
wild.
Sony,
okay.
probably Sony, I'd say.
Columbia is the oldest.
Right? Did I say Columbia?
No, he
No.
said Century.
Century,
Yeah.
yeah.
So not if we're talking strictly like metal, that's another story, or like heavier stuff. But
It has to be big corporate.
It's-
It's like, how couldn't Sony not exist? It's obviously
Yeah.
exists.
it's weird too because Roadrunner had such but anyway, basically circling back, so they just did a bunch of
circling?
They did a fuck ton of layoffs, and I just heard a little bit of rumblings from some of the people that are kind of like still in there that they're quietly kind of like
Are
shuttering
you
the
just
place.
sitting here being like, I got all these, like, what the fuck?
everybody quit. Everyone's quitting.
They're obviously going to stay doing something in the music industry.
I don't know, man.
Music in their hands.
My buddy that
I've been saying that for a while.
Oh, I'm so sorry you lost your job. Hey, by the way, here's the new.
By the way, here's this fucking record.
I don't know, man. A lot of these people, like, I got a buddy who used to work at Epitaph, and he fucking just like drives trains now. Like COVID was a real a thresher through like a great deal of the business where people like things were getting worse and worse and worse, especially like labels like Roadrunner who had kind of historically, like, it was kind of a poorly kept secret, some of their business practices and these 360 deals where bands get no royalties and all this kind of shit. You'll notice that a lot of bands that left Roadrunner went down saying that they were like the shittiest label ever.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude, I've heard.
When you look at Fear Factory and Machine Head and all these labels that left, they always kind of end up having negative stuff to say about that type of business model. So it's not surprising that in the streaming economy, these guys got kind of like, it wasn't necessarily like sustainable for them to kind of like survive off of royalties the way that they kind of
the
were
biggest
before.
band they had was Slipknot, right?
No,
for a while.
Nickelback.
Really?
It's actually Nickelback.
Yeah, that's right. Nickelback was signed to that.
They had them the whole time. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
They did have Korn up until the end.
I didn't know that either.
I
thought Korn was on Warner Brothers.
Warner owns.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like specifically on
Korn
Roadrunner.
went to Roadrunner because I was around doing that job when they did the switch, and it was like kind of a noteworthy conversation. I was just like, oh yeah, no shit. And that would have been like 2015, probably. So they ended up there. So anyway, it's just pretty crazy when you think about kind of like, we're all in kind of a similar age bracket. So like so many of the bands that we grew up liking were all part of that scene, like just that whole kind of Roadrunner crowd. So it's kind of fucking crazy for such an institution of, I mean, they were kind of a corpse. It was kind of a zombie label for a while, just with like literally five bands on the roster.
Once Slipknot left, it was just kind of like meh. Like,
and realistically,
who else did they really have?
Nickelback.
I mean, besides
apparently, but like
that's huge.
If they're run by Warner, dude, I can only imagine like the kind of shit that they were being forced to do. Like think about how Warner fucked Avenged, dude. Warner fucked them.
Yeah,
bad, real bad.
Really?
Oh yeah, there was a big like lawsuit with them in it between Warner Brothers and Avenged and everything. Yeah, there was all like live footage that they lost in the lawsuit and everything. There was compilation albums that they released without their permission, all sorts of shit, dude. There was a whole bunch of shit with them. So I mean, I can only imagine that they weren't the only band that happened to.
Gotta watch what you sign, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta watch that fine little print.
Always read
the
contract.
Always get the CEO's address.
Damn the man.
Just in case.
Just in case. Matters that they probably signed up for that and didn't know or whatever. You know what I mean?
They might have, yeah, who knows?
And I, as a businessman, I'm just kind of like, yo, you signed the contract,
they were on Warner from like 2006 or 7, I think. So they were young when they got that.
I mean, it was also, I think at that time too, it was like pretty uncommon to like own your masters and all that shit.
It was,
for bands at that level and stuff. You would have to be like Tom Petty to own your masters at that point. At that point in the business,
a lot of bands still don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more common now, but even still, it depends, right? So
labels paying for it too. Usually, if you have a legit label, they're paying for the recordings and stuff, so they should own something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're paying to record you.
Yeah, I mean, getting into.
I'm not saying that I believe that they should own the rights to all the songs, but I give them 10-15%. You know what I mean?
I think they should own rights, but I think you should also.
Think about if a label right now was like, "Hey, Mighty Fall, we're gonna go record you in any studio in the United States of America that you want, any budget, any songs." Like, we'd probably
cool, great. I own the masters or suck my dick.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's either that or we do it, you know what I mean?
But that's the thing is, like, ultimately, but here's the thing.
Bad example, but they're like, well, we're going to send you to Joey Sturgis right now. All we ask for is 5%. I'd take it.
Yeah, I mean, sure, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But if I was, but here's the thing is, like, if you're going to keep me happy, then I've got no reason to leave. So it doesn't matter. So I could own the masters, and it wouldn't matter because if you're taking care of me, I'm not going to leave.
I'll lose up.
I'm a creature of habit. It's fine.
I would give them up to 25%.
That's fair.
Personally.
If they're going to put up that much.
That's up to if I'm really hard up or whatever. If we all were hard up and we're like, yo. But
I'm always hard up, baby.
Yeah, it's like that's your moment. I'll take the 75%. You know what I mean? Because that's your moment. You're getting sent to somebody who's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I think at the same time, it's like I definitely wouldn't want to like completely sign the rights away either.
It would have to be, like I said, we're sending you to this person who we're all just like, holy shit, we're recording with this. You know what I mean? Something that we could never do for ourselves. That's where the worth is to me. That's why you would do it. It's because they can do it and we can't.
But then again, at that point, just go out and take out a personal loan.
Yeah, we ain't getting a personal loan.
You still got to get the attention. They're not going to
Yeah.
even care about us or even answer our misses. We're just a nobody compared to you know what I mean? Like, they don't just respond to every person that hits them up for recording. So you have an in. And they're usually so busy catering to all the labels people they're sending them that they don't have time for walk-ups or walk-ins.
Simply waiting for the reason to get Ricky from Incan on a chat with for us, patiently waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Anyway, what were we talking about? I don't know. Anyway,
Probably Okami.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Okami, so you take Roadrunner.
Going on. We got no
Okami take Roadrunner.
I don't think so.
I'll segue. Okay,
go for it.
Okami. What is your end goal? Like, do you want to be grassroots? Do you want to like keep it local, or are you looking to like sign a label and go touring? And what's up?
I can't really.
What's your aspirations?
What I want to do is I want to take this as far as it's going to go. Mm-hmm. So, I want to go on tour. I want to fucking leave Rhode Island, dude, and not fucking be here.
Would you sell your soul to the devil for this band?
Depends on what I'm doing.
I've been asking for a while.
I don't know if you can make it then. You got to be ready to sell that soul.
I got a pen, bro.
Listen, if the devil is Diddy, I am not selling anything.
Okay, I did not say anything about that. Okay, but
listen, I'm not blowing nobody, but I got a pen in my pocket.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's a notary.
I am. I'll notarize the fucking thing if I have to. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to like. And I don't think it's unfair to say this because I feel like every musician wants to do it. I want to be able to take care of myself while I'm doing something that I love doing.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be able to, like, I'm not in it for the money, dude, but, like, I want to be able to get paid for it. I want to be able to, like, sustain, like, a life.
Our disadvantage is that we need to work to make money, and, like, that's why I'm so envious. I'm like, damn, why didn't I just, like, not go to college and just, like, when I was, like, 18, 19, living with my parents or something, like, just go... That was my opportunity to be like, Mom and Dad, I'm leaving to go with my band, and I just have a house to come back to, like, you know what I mean? I'm young, I'm taken care of a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I see so many bands right now going forward at that age, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like,
it sucks for us.
Scratch and claw our way through little bits and bobs of shit. And
if you want to make
you gotta suffer for your art, bro.
Fucking old.
You
gotta suffer for your art, bro.
I'll give you a little tidbit right now for everybody out there in the industry trying to make it. If you're willing to make yourself totally available 365 days a year, okay, totally available, and you're willing to take zero money and go on tour with Avenged Sevenfold or put up $5,000 and go on tour with Avenged Sevenfold, and you just lived poor for a year, got on the road as much as you could, hopped on every tour you could. That's how you do it. That's it.
I will take a loan out tomorrow.
Either that, you get lucky, you get noticed by a label, and they blow you up. That's literally the two ways you do it. You either grind it,
or the third way is you get lucky and get noticed by Lars Ulrich.
I mean, you would hate that. You hate Lars Ulrich.
Don't.
That's so funny is that you don't like him, and then he would go to science. You'd be like, okay, Lars.
Of course I would.
I don't want to be witnessed by
Yeah, you're a great tennis player and a great drummer. Yeah.
You can keep a tempo.
Yeah, you can play great. Yeah, I mean, like, Click's scared of you, bro.
He's right though. You have to be able to like sacrifice everything.
No, and every member too. That's where it gets so difficult, man. It gets so difficult because and you don't know, and that's why I don't. With Barbarian, I could literally, I have literally contacts to agents and all kinds of stuff, but I don't send shit out until I know that all 5 members of my band probably aren't ready to hit the road and go right now. So why am I going to go tickle a bunch of fucking agents? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. All the wheels got to be in motion, and that's where it's so difficult with the band. Okami, you guys aren't going to know what you're working with until you get your first tour booked. And you talk to all the members, and that's happened so many times with Magic, Fast and Farewell. I build a tour for them, we present it. No, they've been on a bunch of them, and they don't cancel tours, and I'm not saying anything like that, but, we've learned with that band years ago, when I booked tours with them, we would get a tour ready, and that's when some of the members would be like, oh, yeah, I don't think I can do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where you get the truth, is once it happens. You know what I mean? So you don't really... That's why... Your aspirations are great for your band, because if you go on the road a bunch and you see a bunch of things and do a bunch of things like you're talking, that's what you need to do to see who's riding with you. Who's riding with you and who's not.
I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go homeless in a fucking van with my
you need four people that are also willing to go homeless. I know the same thing.
I know me.
I'm pretty sure
homelessness feels good company. Okay. At least.
Right.
See, I know.
You got one.
I know. Me and him are on the same page. I know Rusty and everybody else is on the same page.
Cool.
We're hungry for it, dude.
That's something you're talking about. That's good for your band. That's all you
know. We know what we want to do, and we know how far we want to take it. It's just getting there. That's like the process.
Yep. Well, it's the grind, my friend. And it's not. It's either you bust your fucking ass or you don't, and you get lucky somehow. Like, that's how I look at it.
You want me to roll that blunt?
No,
as I rolled.
I don't want you to roll
such a good one.
I'm about to show everybody at home just how you roll a blunt. First of all, okay.
I'm sorry. So, well, speaking of plugging shit and hitting it and all of that, you do have a gig.
Yes.
That for us New England folks is probably worth chit-chatting about here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think I heard about this one.
Yeah.
I think I know the dude who put this on.
Big part of why we fast-tracked it to get you on this week.
So
by the time this episode comes out.
Is he a crook?
No. He's
a
very nice man. Yeah. He's a very nice man with beautiful eyes.
Oh, that's amazing. They're blue sometimes, green sometimes.
Oh, you seem to know this person pretty well.
Right now.
Kind of both.
Yeah, they're kind of, then they're in between a little bit sometimes.
Oh, yeah, we're headlining. Wow, actually. Yeah, we're headlining.
Yep. Somebody's got a lot of faith in you guys.
The fucking Palladium. This is our first time headlining the Palladium.
No, it isn't. We've done it before.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
No, we have.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. I can guarantee you we haven't.
Brother,
if you can remember, please do, because I thought we did at one point too, like years ago.
We had this,
but I couldn't remember it when we were talking about this like a week ago.
I'm pretty sure when Scott
no, dude. I'm telling you, we didn't.
It was like you were coming up. You came up in the Rambucan Agency School. Not all the bands signed with me. You guys did. Culling didn't, but Culling was part of that. Like, I pushed all you guys to Culling, and I remember I put you on the shows. I helped you guys build up a little bit, and then we did headliners, showcases for all the bands that had been working hard. And you guys were one of those bands.
Yeah, we got on those shows, but we never headlined. Find the flyer.
That's crazy.
Find the flyer right now.
I would love to fact check this. I can't though. I don't know.
Yeah. You want me to? If I find the flyer right now, you're gonna.
Maybe he'll find it. I don't know.
He's gonna deep blunt himself.
But we did do a bunch of Palladium shows.
It might be your first one.
Because I couldn't even remember the headliner, but I thought we had. Probably wrong though.
All I'm saying is that we are
headlining. This was in 2021.
This man's actually looking. I'm actually a little scared that he's gonna find this.
Oh look, this one came up. That's your current headliner.
That is the current one. Yes.
Dipshit. Yeah, we're playing January 3rd. We are headlining the Palladium. We are playing with Everchanger. Shit.
You're playing with Everchanger, Concrete Ties, Dream of Scorpio, As Aphrodite Fell, Eyes of Thea, and I, the Conqueror. There's actually like every state in New England is represented in the shows where I'm kind of stoked on it. Like there's Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire band, a bunch. Massachusetts. I don't know. You know all the states.
I'm excited for it because, like...
Ooh, something was delivered.
Oh, okay. I'm excited for it because, it's what I think is our first headliner at the fucking Palladium.
We'll see about that.
Either way, it's cool.
Yeah, dude. It's still a headliner.
First or second, whatever. It's still neat.
We love playing the Palladium, and like Worcester's,
Worcester's always a good crowd.
Yeah, dude, Worcester's always so good to us.
You guys played Chaos and Carnage.
Yeah, we did. We didn't headline Chaos and Carnage.
No.
Headlining the Palladium is a really sick feeling. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, even if you do it a few times, it's still really sick.
Because you see so many bands there.
Yeah. Right, yeah. It's just some of my favorite bands in there.
It's one of those rooms where it's like that thing.
What?
The headline of the Palladium.
Yeah, where it's, It's
Worcester
just, it's that,
is the
it's
most
that
important
room.
venue in New England, and I will stand by that, and maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm not, but it's a breeding ground of, like, wide-eyed fans that just, like, want to support. That's all I've seen there, and it's all I've experienced all over New England is drama, and it's the only place that I go that there's just, it's easy breezy, right? People are at the table exploring, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it's like
that is true.
different over there,
we've always had
like,
great response
it
from
reminds
like,
me of like
new eyes over there.
Yeah, like when I played down south, it was like a lot like that, like hospitable. You know what I mean? Like very supportive.
Okami is
we have a very spiteful scene out there.
Okami is trying to go out onto the road though. So like if any, let's try this again. Seeing as, you know, the drummer thing kind of worked out pretty well. Any promoters want to like reach out to like me or like anybody from the band or just
obviously
hit up
I can book you a tour. Like,
well, okay.
Let the man cook.
Let him cook.
He knows what he's got.
I guess yes.
How are we doing on time?
Okay, well, do you want to book us a tour?
We can talk.
What?
we can talk. We were supposed to talk about management like fucking months ago, and we didn't. So.
Yeah, because I lost 2 of my fucking members.
Oh yeah, well, hey.
That's a good reason.
That'll do it.
We'll talk. We'll get it. Maybe
either way, dude. Even if
home,
it's just a one-off and we go to a different state, please hit me up. Let me know. We're down to go anywhere.
Promoters. Yeah. Which I don't know what that's like to be a promoter, but definitely hit this guy up. I threw a show one time.
Exactly one. I gotta here's a.
It hasn't even happened yet. It's happening January 3rd at the Palladium.
Yeah. It's so funny. So funny you say that because I'm definitely not going to be at the Strand on Friday.
As we
the Strand.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, also, I don't know if this is going to be still relevant, but shout out to Justin Marcotte.
Oh,
and,
man.
Please,
man.
If you can donate to that GoFundMe, if you have money for it, please donate to that.
This will be out. Hopefully, he's well recovered by
very much so. Hopefully,
but I really do hope. Yeah. But we're just gonna say first and foremost that this episode was supposed to be with Mr. Justin Marcotte. Unfortunately, he had some complications. He's in the hospital. Yeah. Horrible thing. All of our thoughts are with him. Okami family. Mighty Fall family, Barbarian family. We're all just, hoping that by the time this comes out, it's a fucking prehistoric fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
We're hoping that by the time that this comes out, we're able to have already scheduled the episode that's actually going to have him.
Yes.
Yeah. But we definitely wish the boy speedy recovery.
Regardless, with his health, whether he's, whatever.
So what have you guys been listening to lately?
Oh my god!
Oh,
Bill Murray,
you turned it around.
He
turned it around. Yeah, this is all right. This is a good thing to put a bow on it. I'll give you this one, and you know what's? Mike was gonna say Bill Murray because that's how. Oh, that's every week.
He's got like 3 answers that just rotate every week.
Bill Murray.
I'm gonna surprise you. Don't laugh at me. I'm on a massive Dave Matthews Band kick right now.
You know what? I mean, like, he's a man of
I know it's funny.
I almost met him one time and I didn't.
Did you? He seems like a nice guy.
He's a man of many vowels.
I heard he is
actually. It's, you know what? They're good tunes, man. It's not all. Listen, as is the case with any jam band, I'm staunchly anti-jam band. I want to be clear about that. But
why? You don't like Fish?
No, my God, Fish is fucking horrible. But I do like Dave Matthews.
What do you like about him?
It's It's the players.
Is it his musk?
He's a musk. He seems like he would be a musk.
He would have a great musk.
Like the musicianship kind of involved. It's like everybody in that band is just like the most like motherfuckeringly good fucking dudes you've like ever heard.
What band are we talking about?
Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, Dave Matthews Band.
But like even just the guitar playing, like as a guitar player, boy, even if you don't like that stuff, there is whacked out shit happening where it's like that. It would if he wasn't singing and playing, it would still be crazy.
Yeah.
But I put it this way: because I'm on such a kick, I've been trying to learn stuff, and I'm learning a lot of chords. I'm really hurting my hands. I've exacerbated my carpal tunnel an awful lot in the past week. I will tell you that right now.
Fair.
I've been listening to a lot of fucking Dying Wish.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're so nasty.
Suppose I've never heard of that band. Who?
You've never. They're like.
Talk to me like I have no idea who they are.
They're a hardcore. They're like a hardcore band from out in
Remember that band Death
maybe
Wish?
like Washington or some shit like that. Somewhere out there. They're from the U.S. That's all I know.
Okay.
But they're so heavy and they're so sick.
Why is that matter?
What do you mean?
They
why
were
does it
not
matter?
from the U.S. Would that be bad?
I'm just spitting facts at you, man. Don't be like.
You said explain it.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Dying Wish. Shout out Dying Wish.
Dying Wish is good. What about you, Abrams?
I learned a lot of Invent Animate probably recently. Okay. Invent Animate's sick as shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know them too well. It's more like techie stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like some. I don't really want to say really tech deaf too much, but like tech hardcore.
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Which is like melodic shit mixed in with hardcore riffs. It's great.
This is the time of year where I turn into an old guy, and I don't honestly mind Christmas music when I can control it.
Yeah.
So this is the time where I listen to a lot of like Tony Bennett and Perry Como and like.
Don't fucking start with me about Perry Como. Over there, there are a bunch of Perry Como records on deck.
It's
out of the shelf on the rack.
Yeah,
ready on deck for Christmas.
Yeah, I got that shit.
Hey, could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
He's like an old he's like a crooner type of guy. He's like a. I don't want to, not exactly Sinatra type, but like a
in that era,
those kind of dudes, like a crooner kind of guy,
Okay, so it's way before any of our times.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so
but even that too, like
old guy,
Sinatra,
big band kind of tunes,
the Sinatra stuff too, like all that good, like the Christmas classic stuff. But
Louis Prima for you, perhaps.
Yeah, I love Louis Prima.
I know you. I know Mr. Antonucci. I know you like a Louis Prima.
But the hidden gem this year is Seth MacFarlane has a Christmas album.
No fucking.
And it's amazing.
Is it?
It's amazing.
That's crazy.
It's him and Liz Gillies, and it is an amazing Christmas album.
Really,
it is so good because he has that same type of like Sinatra-esque voice when he sings. I mean, it literally just sounds. It just sounds like Brian. You know what I mean? Like that's what his singing voice is. So it just sounds like it's Brian singing Christmas songs with Liz Gillies. But it's a very, very good Christmas album. So it's a lot of that. Yeah. And then I alternate between that and I love voice acting. That's like my other interest besides music. So I have a podcast that I found with different voice actors. So I'm just flopping between Christmas music and that.
Is it the one where that dude gets like different voice actors on and they go through like different movies and they do different lines as like the the people that they voice act for? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know which one. No, it's not that one. It's that the one that I listen to does have a segment like that. It's Tuned In with Jim Cummings. So they have a segment like that. So but I know what you're talking about. I think the one that you're talking about is Robert Paulson's the guy that does it, and I can't remember the name of the fucking the actual podcast, but I know what you're talking about.
I saw one that they did with Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah,
the Chris Griffin one.
Yep,
dude, that shit had me fucking. I was rolling.
I think it's if I remember right, it's Robert Paulson. I think he's doing Carl Weezer and Seth Green doing fucking Chris Griffin, right?
Oh my, yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah. No, that shit's absolute gold.
You won't take her from me.
It's so funny. Yeah, so that's basically been my thing, but I go real old guy in the holiday season.
Oh yeah, big time.
I let my Grays do the Spotify control.
Any day now will be the flip of the switch for that.
I'm gonna say you're already taking too long, but you know.
I'll sure Jay.
My vote is to say, once Thanksgiving happens, man, it's good.
Yeah. It's all over.
No Christmas music before Thanksgiving.
No.
However, I did get fucking smacked with Mariah on fucking November 23rd this year.
Fuck, dude.
I start keeping track, man. That fucking bitch woke up way too early.
Very nice.
So,
very good.
This Saturday night.
Your fucking days are numbered.
I think it's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Yeah, Friday. Yep.
This Friday night.
Yeah.
I did see a funny
Okami
post,
at the
though.
Palladium, if you didn't know.
Right at the turn of the season, it was like,
Come
all
buy
right,
tickets from me.
It's time for Spencer Trinas to go to sleep
Yeah,
and Mariah Carey
and
wake
him.
up.
Yeah. These guys, buy tickets from them.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
Buy 'em.
Who's got two
This
thumbs with tickets
Friday
for
night.
Palladium at January 3rd? This guy.
He's got tickets to his own show at
Yep.
the Palladium on the 3rd of January.
Our show already happened. If you weren't there,
This-
fuck you.
This Friday.
Hell yes. Anyway, so I guess that, it's probably, what am I saying? I don't know. I guess it's probably about that time, kids. So, Mike, Dan, such a pleasure to see you guys, of course, as always.
Always.
This is a good one.
Yeah, Okami rules.
It's just nice. It's just nice to see these boys.
We always got seats that fit your asses.
I love you guys.
And we'll,
Anytime you guys want me to like swoop on in.
I told you earlier, just show up.
dude, open door policy, as you know.
Yeah.
Just show up. You can kick Ruggiero at any time.
You can talk about Okami
For what
anytime.
it's worth, I might have known you just about as long as I've known him. So
Really? I didn't know that.
I mean, I won't do that to the kid. I'll let you know. But I'm definitely anytime.
Treat him
bro.
like a bass player.
yeah, fuck him.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. I'm always down for it.
Well, we'll take you up on that, big boy. So, anyways, go see the gig, and we'll see you in hell.